Mayor Frank, thank you so much for sitting down with me and chatting at the FCM conference here in beautiful Ottawa, Ontario. What brings you, the Mayor of Strathcona County, here to Ottawa for the FCM conference?
Well, it's something that we've been doing every year when I've been in office anyhow, but it's the one national conference that all the municipalities or most of the municipalities come to, so it's where everybody is, number one. Number two, the main value I would say is networking here, meeting other municipalities, finding out what's going on in their communities. The education is probably even secondary to the networking, and the advocacy that we all get together on is very important.
What are the issues that are similar in Strathcona County that you're hearing here in Ottawa this week?
Yeah, I mean, municipalities, the infrastructure that they have to keep up with, the services they have to keep up with, it's not matched by the revenues that they're able to generate. And it's a huge concern for communities across this country.
Prime Minister Carney spoke on the very first day of the conference, and he was talking about housing. And housing seems to be a challenge in every single municipality that I speak to. I've spoken to people from Strathcona County, and it seems to be an issue in Strathcona County as well.
Yeah.
How do you see this new government, with Prime Minister Carney leading it, addressing the housing challenge to help people in Strathcona County get affordable and into their very first homes?
Yeah. Well, I think the leadership is important. I do think that all three levels of government have to work together on this, though. Not one can do it alone. The federal government's talking about cutting some of the planning costs. They have a limited role in that. So I think it does take all three levels of government to work together on it.
Are you optimistic that they can?
I think it's going to take a big, bold move. I look at moves like at the end of World War II when the veterans came back and there was federal and provincial acts that were created to enable housing. I think it's something on that scale. I honestly do. You know, young people are facing housing issues that we never... In my generation, you got a job, you worked for a couple of years, you got enough money together for a down payment and you got a mortgage. That doesn't seem possible anymore. And what's happened is the inflation on housing has gone like this, and the increase in wages has gone like this. It hasn't kept pace. So I do think it's going to take a federal and provincial act of that nature to really get us out of this hole. I do.
One of the big concerns that I'm hearing, especially from the more rural parts of Canada right now, is access to markets. Strathcona County is a rural base, but it's an agriculture and industrial resource-based community. How do you see being part of FCM helping address some of those issues around resource markets and getting our resources to Tidewater, whether it be Churchill, whether it be Prince of Rupert, whether it be just down south to America? Do you see a role of FCM playing in that, and where does Strathcona County fit into that role?
Well, I'd love to see FCM be active in that area. Our industrial base in Strathcona County is second to none. Yep. It's $55 billion of investment. It's 40,000 direct and indirect jobs. It's a huge part of our GDP in Alberta. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if FCM is even focused on that. They're in some ways probably unaware of it. We do what we can. We advocate as strongly as we can. But we realize our community has to work very strong on its own with the other levels of government to really advance the ball. I mean, we love the help of FCM, but they've got other priorities too.
So I guess that leads into my very political question, but I feel like as the mayor, you should be able to answer this. What does Strathcona County get from FCM that they wouldn't be able to get by themselves?
It's the it's coming,
besides the networking that you talked about at the beginning.
To me, that is the main thing, is the networking, right? I mean, it's not good to work in isolation, and you have to find ways to tie into the agenda of other levels of government. And when you can do that with an army of municipalities behind you, that has a lot more leverage with these different levels of government. So that's what I see. I see strength in numbers.
And my final question for you is, what happens next? You head back to Strathcona County later on this weekend. Does the conversation stop there, or are you a little bit more optimistic heading out of this convention that things are going to start to get done around municipal infrastructure funding, resource development, resource access?
Actually, I am optimistic because I do think that everybody realizes the crisis that we're facing with international trade, that the country has to come together. I think that There's still a lot of division provincially and federally, unfortunately. So hopefully that can be mended in some way so we can all move forward together. And I also feel the vibe of the conference is improving in the sense that they're more open to Western Canadian viewpoints. Yeah, I think I've been coming to this conference for 7 or 8 years now, and I really do feel the vibe is getting stronger to realize, look, we're just not based in Ontario. This is a national organization.
And next year, it's right down the street
is,
from you
yes.
in beautiful Edmonton, so you must be happy about that.
Yeah, no, it's great to host and to show people our part of the country, and we can make them jealous of the Stanley Cup. That's our plan, so yeah.
Mayor Frank, always a pleasure to sit down with you.
Thank you for the
so
interview.
much.